Everybody I talk to is ready to leave with the light of the morning, yeah. They've seen the end coming down long enough to believe they've heard the last warning. Standing alone, each has his own, take it in his hand. Yeah, 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 yeah. As the evening descends, I sit thinking about every man. Na 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 na. Seems like I've always been looking for some other place to get it together, yeah. Where with a few of my friends I could give up the race and maybe find something better, yeah. And all my fine dreams, well thought out schemes to gain the motherland have all eventually come down to waiting for every man. Waiting here for every man. Make it on your own, make it if you think you can. If you see somewhere to go, I understand. Waiting here for every man. Don't ask me if you sure, 'cause baby, I don't know.
So that's For Every Man by Jackson Browne. Jackson Browne inspired Kelvin and me in our younger days as an emerging writer and a musician. I guess it's his questing spirit, his searching, yearning voice that gave us a lot of strength and solace. He put us through the army. We listened to Jackson Browne a great deal when we were in the army together. And Browne actually wrote the song for David Crosby, Stephen Stills, and Graham Nash when they bought a boat and they wanted to sail away from it all, from fame and glory. And so it's a song about friendship and hope, I guess. So it inspired my poem, Every Man, and this is from my first collection, Somewhere Bound. Every man. I've seen him too, standing with his backpack like a faithful dog. At his feet, the out of luck hitchhiker, spurned even by Samaritans, a sad figure on a sad road. When he hangs his thumb out, you see that desire takes on a renunciatory posture, like a prayer poised before the chalice, the heart suspended before the divine plan, for the journey circling homewards. Once I met Rambo on a dark road, leaving a set of prints as he walked away from poetry, from music. A hippie Christ looking for a cross to be faithful to. There were others reciting their rosary of poems into the night, some with stories on their guitars, and a dozen carrying the gospel of silence. But always, he comes back, every man, out of the forest of faces, the sky behind, as if he's backpacking it, a moving confusion, yet a prayer for rest, heading for the ancient sun, held in the song's arms.
Waiting here for every man. Don't ask me if he'll show, 'cause baby, I don't know. Thank you. Okay, I've known Kim Cheng for a long time. They were asking me to talk about ourselves. I don't think there's very much to talk. We just want the art to speak to you guys. But we've known each other for years, and I play music. I come out with albums, and he's a poet. And it's a real honor for me here because I mean, maybe you can talk a bit about that, about the next poem we're going to play. And then I'll just accompany you and then I go into a song that I wrote. Yeah.
So this poem is kind of long overdue. If I were to name big influence on my work, it wouldn't be any local poet or novelist or, writer. It would be my good friend here, Kelvin. When we were in NUS and even during the army, he showed me how to listen. So we'll go to his place and he had a good stash of records and we put them on. Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Jaco Pastorius, name it, he's got it. So this song is for my friend here, Kelvin. And it's called Blue or Almost. So it's a reference to Elvis Costello's song Almost Blue, which he wrote for Chet Baker. And there are musical quotations in there. Okay. So Blue or Almost for Kelvin Tan. Old friends, that's what they are now. The songs that have traveled these long ways, their shadows soundtracking our steps, the journey made since the way found us. When the blue notes touched our lives, entered our bodies, their breaths dancing on the stops of our being, filling the bars of our listening. These songs of yearning, these songs of pain, these tunes that made the body, their instruments, schooled and scored in heartbreak and loss. Time after time, we turn to them. The voices that took our pulse, measured our ardent days, spent searching for the key that would tune the questions, turn the phrases to the chords of peace, hovering in the place where music finds words and words their music. All the questions held in one breath, one song. Old friend, put on the records again and let us ride on the dark vinyl bands. Let the music wash over us. Coltrane's spirit notes, his tenor chants in the love supreme, Miles's muted cadences, filtered through the dream of blue. Not a single note you can take out. And we know it's all about being blue, or almost. The different kinds of blue. The blue that is coming or going. A host, but for a few quavers. Flowering, hovering over the dark keys. The music flaring, brightest before it fades. Let's sit again before your stereo. You bowed over your blue guitar, your fingers passing over the strings to learn the meaning of the blues. The lightning bolts plucked, their echoes traveling through your hands. Sing the Crossroads song, that's Robert Johnson. To the left, night, to the right, love. The road ahead, always opening to farewell. And the track behind trails into the blue silence. In the end, it's about time, my friend in song. Finding time and keeping it, playing the chords or playing without them. Your hands swift or achingly slow over the strings. Mine listening now, a remembering of the days, courting the pain for the sake of the song. In the end, it's the same song, the single theme, making this human sounds, marrying the voice and song, giving poetry its music and music its poetry. After all this distance, the songs have found us again, further on, listening, harder, leaning over the revolving tracks, plumbing the grooves, one side at a time, night and day, day and night. Our ardor seasoned in memory, singing in the veins of your song and my poem. The bright, dark point, the needle drawing us in, taking the music home.
Kim Cheng, this year is the 20th year that I've released my first album, The Bluer Silence. So thank you for dedicating that poem to me. And this year I'm trying to do some things to commemorate that. As you know, playing music in Singapore, it's pretty hard, or making art of any statement and so on. You have to if no one will fund you, you have to find ways to do it. So I like to sing a song from that album to commemorate the 20th year. And I like to dedicate it to some of my friends who are here today, and including some of the students of the Panam School of Film that's over there. I see them. So thank you guys for coming. Didn't expect you all to. And also to my friends who are here. I sit for hours at the corner looking up above, wishing the sky would swallow me. I spend my days pointing at the clouds, wishing the sun will engulf me. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause I live my life in fear and trembling, fear and trembling. I waste the months deciding if my life is worth looking for the rainbows. I walk on endless roads that lead to nowhere, thinking there will be a way out of this charade. 'Cause I live my life in fear and trembling, fear and trembling. And here is where all my shadows fall. And this is where I know that you will never answer my call. People tell you they understand and they try to help, but your words are flowing down like thunder. The walls are shattered like yours, and they fade to the bluest silence. The bluest silence. Oh, everything's so blue. The world is blue and you are blue, the bluest silence. Na 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 na. These days I look into your eyes, they're warm, but I can't find the answers. These days I look into the world around me, murdered by these undying questions. 'Cause I live my life in fear and trembling. 'Cause I live my life trembling, fear and trembling, fear and trembling. Okay, Cheng, you know, no, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to him, but fear and trembling is actually, some of you read the Bible. It's in Philippians 2:12, work out your salvation and fear and trembling. But the main reason why I wrote this song was Soren Kierkegaard in his book, The Fear and Trembling, because what happens is that he talks about Abraham's sacrifice of his son. And he talks about the whole trauma of faith. And he says in order to be a faithful person, whether you're a believer or not, you have to have this trauma of faith, and it challenges you to believe. And it was very essential for me at the point of time where I was deciding whether to be an artist or not, because in Singapore back in those days, and I can say back in those days, there was really nothing there for us. So you either do You either make art or you just, go to the usual kind of job. So I decided that that's what I wanted to do. So this is the work inspired me to do all that. And also because Kim Cheng will know that back in those days we were struggling to develop an artistic kind of self because there wasn't anything happening. So in about 1992-93, I wrote my first novel, and I wanted to. I was very influenced by American literature. I think you were too, right? We were very influenced by the picaresque adventures of Henry Miller and J.D. Salinger and all these great writers. And so I wrote this book called All Picaresque and Dancing, and it was very hard because you're trying to do it yourself, and then you don't have any contacts, and it just went out. But the beautiful thing is that through the years, people have still come up to me and said how they like the book that they read. So I just like to read a little segment from that right now. Okay, this is a segment where the main character, Brinsley, is walking down Orchard Road. So I wrote this many years ago, but it seems quite relevant even now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it goes like this. I didn't know what it was, but I wanted something else. I sat down to look around me. I couldn't dress up well for the life of me. The man at the door nearly threw me out for that. It's so strange. This whole business of clothes. There's so much illusion with it. You could dress up like you're all grown up. Then somehow some deep evil truth comes to remind you how little you have acquired. I paid money in the disco to learn that I don't want to dance. I wanted to learn how to in my own time. Not here in this hollow place where the music wasn't talking and the people only live for today. The image of that girl dancing in the middle and then retreating to a table alone remained. The lights bounced on while the music drowned her silence. Street life was no romantic ideal. The whole stretch of town became pretty much of a disco. It seemed like we've absorbed Western culture only halfway. As I listened to the voice of the DJ trying hard to sound American, I wonder if he really understood the beginnings of the accent. Or was it because it was hip? I can't afford to live in a society of posers. I could afford to be down and out but not affected. If I did everything I believed in the world, my life would be destroyed. I walked past the orchard, sucking my last pack of cigarettes. Hell, for what it was worth, I wanted to live the last minute of my life in shrouded honesty, even if it was in hell. It was 2 a.m. and the lights were out. My jeans were suffering from too much smoke in the disco. It damn near immortalized the smell of my hair, but I couldn't care less. I wasn't ready to go home. I liked the city when it was this dark and quiet, when cabs honked at you, thinking you want a midnight midnight ride at double charge, where you get to experience some alarming form of peace for a while. The shopping centers, once brightly lit, became pale shadows in a twisted form, where no one saw the hidden thoughts that were embedded in forlorn eyes. Your life flashed by you, and you rewound it in slow motion. All the voices in your past returned to chide you for being part of them. The neon lights become dull and adorned, like your senses dulled by self-pity, dulled by one of your choice realities, reality in bold neon. And you wonder why you do this every time. Slam your head with drink, curse at yourself in the mirror, and then proclaim that the world holds no inherent meaning for you. You spin around and around, visit the same music stores, the same discos. You listen to the same kind of music, but you're not even listening. You let every pack of Marlboro intoxicate you to death, and yet you live on. And deep within you, you know why. It's the sadness, isn't it? Everywhere is sadness. Sad. Do I have to repeat it? You breathe it every day, you labor at its birth because you never got used to being sad. You became saddened by your sadness because it's the only thing you know that's real. It's the only absolute you know. The streets say it, especially in the early morning, and so does the drone of the car speeding through the streets, or the somber gasping of the man slipping down the steps of the lounge, telling everyone in the mount he's lost. He's drunk on sadness, and you wish you knew how to be sad and contented, but you lost the rules long ago. Oh, sad. The world is sad and you are sad. You light another cigarette because you never know why, and you want to drown in it because you never will. Thank you. Okay, now Kim Cheng is going to read a poem, but I'm going to do the beginning. Some of the songs you'll find familiar. I'm just going to do the first stanza. Through early morning fog I see visions of the things to be, the pains that are withheld for me. I realize and I can see that suicide is painless, It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please.
So that's a theme from MASH. For those of you who grew up in the 70s, as I did, it came on every Saturday night, MASH, and yeah, and then I'll just be watching, and love the jokes, the craziness, yeah, the crazy things that they did, Trapper and Hawkeye, so later on when I found out that one of my favorite jazz musicians, Bill Evans, he loved watching MASH too, and in fact, in his last few years, the theme from MASH became a standard. He'll play it over and over again. And so this poem here is a sort of double tribute, both to Bill Evans, our favorite jazz pianist, and also to the TV series MASH. So the opening credits, it begins with the chopper coming in on the LZ, the landing zone of the MASH unit, and there's a kind of big red cross there, and then they are hurrying to get the wounded and bring them to the triage, triage. And so this is 1980, and Bill Evans is playing this, his last performance at this place called Keystone Corner in San Francisco, and 10 days later he'll be dead. It's 1980, and you're playing the theme live on your last set at Keystone Corner, San Francisco. 10 days later, you'll be dead. But now, the song has become your standard, and you're taking it where the words disappear.
And suicide is painless, it brings so many changes.
Your life, a long slide towards oblivion. The way the needle glides, the song glistening at its tip. In these last years, you've played the Mandel theme over and over, loving this show, the afternoon reruns in the motel room, the soundtrack homing in on a part of yourself where the pain and peace embrace, to repeating quavers of light and shadow across the room. The chopper bring the wounded in on the helipad, marked with a big red cross that seems a perfect bomb target. In the reruns, you start to see the things you missed before, the chords that go deeper inside you, the practical jokes and antiques, the words Hawkeye and company trade, the rapier wit play, and the silence behind the words. In one episode, Hawkeye says, if we don't go crazy once in a while, we'll all go crazy. The truth is, they're all crazy all the time, letting the words carry them as your trio lets the music take over the instruments. Find the key to let the heart sing. Notes that quicken, soothe, words that fill the quiet between bombs, or the eerie silence after the shelling that rocks the set, or it's blizzarding outside and the generator is down, no end to the wounded streaming in from the front. There is only the humor to keep it going. The doctors performing mid-bore surgery and trading barbs over the smoking wounds and the warmth of words. You store them, the riffs, the ways of saying what can't be said, the torrents of insults from Trapper and Hawkeye's deep, absent gaze, his piercing eyes suddenly misted over. That's the look you have sometimes looking up from the piano keys, your spirit gone, unaccompanied, to where the heart sinks out of pain. Your hands breathing impossibly slow notes, and you're nearly there, like the body ferried in the medevac bus or in the capsule of the chopper, powered on rotating syncopated chords, touching down, then dispatched through triage, the best pair of hands south of the 38 parallel, and you know you will make it. as the mask comes on and the lights go out and you float above the crew outside the music.
And suicide is painless, it brings so many changes. And I can take or leave it if I please. Okay, Kim Cheng, the next song, okay, basically I write a lot of love songs, right? And the love songs are always about one person. So she's over there, all right? And I want to sing this song, which is actually my love affair with Dante. As you know, one of Dante's fantasy and idealistic loves was for Beatrice, whom he never got to know. And Beatrice died at a very young age. So I've always been very fascinated with the fact that in Dante's works, especially in the Paradiso, he sort of like talks about the planets and Venus and all that. And this whole idea of idealistic love, which is actually very much what I believe in. So I was trying to figure out how to write a song for someone that meant that much to me. So I used Dante's idea of Venus and the planets and all that. But at the same time, I have this great love for soul music, particularly the music of Sam Cooke. And you know, Sam Cooke had this song, What a Wonderful World It Would Be. It was done by James Taylor and all that. And the chorus went something like, don't know much about history, don't know much about geography. So I decided to revert that, to give my version of that in the chorus and to add the whole idea of Dante's planets. So what I came out with this song called The Blue Planet. So this is for you, dear. Okay. They say in love we look for someone who completes us, who fills our hearts with the loss that we suffer in silence. Then I'm filled so long with joy not to realize that our meaningless days were erased by a gentle smile, y'all, yeah. They say the planet's slowly fading into gray by the way we treat her purity and destroying the sunny days. And only we can put it right by our spirit and our needs, yeah. To realize that we must live. Well, I ain't got no interest in nature, and I don't know my physics from my trigonometry, yeah. But I know when it comes to immaculate beauty, yeah. I look into your eyes, and words can't explain it. You are my beautiful blue planet. You're so blue and beautiful, yeah. Now I've got nothing I'm good at, but I see things clear. The world is filled with things that sadden me. But when you find someone that cares for you and you for her, the wall removes all doubts and fears, yeah. They say the universe is expanding and the end is near. They say that nothing's ever certain, but I'm gonna wipe away my tears, yeah. If you believe in God, you can see it in people, yeah, who make a difference in your life. Well, I ain't got no interest in nature, and I don't know my physics from my trigonometry, but I know when it comes to immaculate beauty, I look into your eyes, words can't explain it. You are my beautiful blue planet. There's there's nothing good about a world gone bad. But this may be as good as it gets. The lives we live got to matter somehow. If we try to live with meaning now, yeah, yeah, yeah. Na 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 na, you're so blue and beautiful, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I ain't got no interest in nature. I don't know my physics from my trigonometry. But I know when it comes to immaculate beauty, I look into your eyes, and words can't explain it. You are my beautiful blue planet. Thank you. See you second half.